Growing up as a Sigma male feels like being dropped into a game where everyone else knows the rules, but nobody bothered to explain them to you. You see the world differently, you think differently, and yet you're constantly pressured to fit into categories that were never built for you. Alphas get advice on leading. Betas get advice on fitting in. But for Sigmas? Silence. You're left to figure it out alone, usually the hard way. Before we get into it, welcome back to Alpha Man Cave. If you're all about becoming sharper, stronger, and more independent, this is the place for you. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and join the Brotherhood, because what we're about to break down might just save you years of unnecessary struggle. So, if I could talk to my younger self, these are the lessons I'd drill into his head. 1. Stop explaining yourself. One of the biggest mistakes I made when I was younger was trying to explain who I was and why I did things differently. People would question why I didn't like being in big groups, or why I'd rather spend time building my own projects instead of going out every weekend. I wasted hours giving long explanations, hoping they'd get it. But here's the truth. Most people don't actually want to understand. They just want you to fit their expectations. As a Sigma, you don't fit into their boxes, and that makes them uncomfortable. But that's not your problem. The moment I stopped explaining and just started living, I noticed something powerful. The right people accepted me, and the wrong ones faded away. 2. Being alone beats being around fake people. Society acts like being alone is a sickness. Why are you always by yourself? Don't you get lonely? But here's what most don't get. Solitude isn't weakness for a Sigma. It's fuel. It's where your thoughts settle, where your creativity grows, where your real strength builds. When you spend time with fake people, you feel drained. You feel like you're performing. And because you can read people easily, you know when someone isn't being real, and that makes it even harder to be around them. Being alone clears the noise. It gives you space to breathe and figure out your next move. I wish I could have told my younger self, never fear being alone. Fear being trapped around people who pretend to care but secretly hold you back. 3. Walk away from people who drain you or mock your vision. Not everyone deserves a seat at your table. Some people bring drama, negativity, or endless distractions. Others will laugh at your goals because they can't see what you see. And if you're not careful, their voice gets inside your head and makes you doubt yourself. As a Sigma, your energy is limited. You don't get recharged by constant interaction like others do. That means you have to protect it fiercely. If someone constantly drains you or mocks your vision, that's all the information you need. You don't argue. You don't try to prove them wrong. You just walk away and refocus. 4. Don't beg for respect. Live in a way that earns it. When I was younger, I thought I had to prove myself. Do more. Achieve more. Please people so they'd respect me. But here's the twist. The harder you chase respect, the less of it you get. Respect comes naturally when you stand firm in who you are. When you live with integrity, consistency, and without apology, people can feel it. You don't need to demand it. You don't need to explain it. It just happens. And the best part? The people who don't respect you don't matter. The ones who do will respect you for your real self, not some watered-down version of you. 5. Silence is your weapon. I used to think being quiet meant being overlooked. But over time, I realized silence is one of the most powerful tools you have. While everyone else rushes to talk, to react, to fill the air, you watch, you observe, you calculate. And when you finally speak, people lean in, because they know it's worth hearing. Silence makes people uncomfortable. And in that discomfort, they reveal themselves. They talk too much, they slip, they expose their real motives. Meanwhile, you're gathering everything you need without giving away anything. That's not weakness. That's strategy. 6. Trust your gut over the crowd. One of the most powerful things I've learned as a Sigma is this: your gut is rarely wrong. People often dismiss intuition like it's some magical feeling, but in reality, your gut is built from years of observation, reflection, and quiet analysis. You've been paying attention when others were distracted. You've been noticing patterns, reading people, and storing information in the background of your mind. That's why when something feels off, it usually is. Maybe a friend's smile doesn't match their words. Maybe an opportunity sounds too good to be true. Maybe the crowd is all running in one direction, but something inside you whispers, "Don't follow." That inner voice is your early warning system. The mistake I made when I was younger was doubting that voice. I thought, I need proof. I need more evidence before I act. But almost every time I ignored my gut, I ended up regretting it, whether it was trusting the wrong person, getting involved in a project that didn't sit right, or missing the red flags in a situation. Meanwhile, the times I did trust my gut, even when I couldn't fully explain it, things played out better. Because here's the thing: crowds get swept up in emotion, hype, and trends. They make decisions based on what looks exciting or what everyone else is doing. But your instincts are tuned to the details, the cracks that most people miss. As a Sigma, that's one of your greatest strengths. Don't second-guess it. Your gut is like a compass. It might not explain the whole journey, but it'll keep you from walking off a cliff. 7. Your path won't be popular, but it can be legendary. Here's the hardest truth: the Sigma path is not popular. People won't always understand why you're doing what you're doing. They'll think you're wasting your talent, or that your goals are unrealistic. But what they don't see is that the very things they dismiss are the same things that make your life authentic. Legends are never built on the easy road. They're built on the path no one else wanted to take. The path that's harder, lonelier, but 100 times more rewarding in the end. Stay true to yourself, even when the crowd doubts you. Especially when they doubt you. If you're a Sigma, or just someone who refuses to live by everyone else's script, remember this: your uniqueness is your power. Stop explaining yourself. Stop chasing approval. Protect your energy, trust your instincts, and never be afraid of walking alone. Because the truth is, the loneliest paths are often the ones that lead to the most powerful destinations. This is Alpha Man Cave. If this message hit home, smash that subscribe button, share this video, and drop a comment below about which of these lessons you wish you learned sooner. Until next time, stay sharp, stay independent, and keep forging your own path.